Is fear and worry consuming your life right now? So many of us are dealing with fear and worry on so many different levels. Fear of losing rights, fear of rising prices, fear of changing and shifting stock market values. You name it, there are a ton of different things that we can get caught up in that generate this frequency, this energy, this state of being called fear, worry. And we did a call earlier this month where we talked about why it is so important for us to move beyond that state. That state disconnects you. That state puts you into a state of disharmony. That state prevents you from expanding, growing, and unfolding into all the beautiful things that you truly desire, that your soul wishes to express, the purposes that you hold deeply. When we get into that state of fear and worry, we shut ourselves down. We constrict ourselves. We create resistance. And when we create resistance, we slow the flow of our vibration and of our energy. And of course, this causes stress. This causes breakdowns in our physical health and well-being. It breaks down how it is that we function and interpret things, what we envision. And the more and more that we move forward in our experience, we realize that the images that we hold in our mind and the emotions that we combine with those images, they shape and shift our lives. They create our experience. Almost 20 years ago, the mad scientist, I call him, Doc Jones, he was the gentleman that discovered the healing frequencies in my music. He took me out to lunch one day and just blew my freaking mind. This is like almost 20 years ago. And he said that humanity is extremely powerful and creative. We have the ability to hold images within our mind and allocate consciousness. In other words, allocate the field of energy that makes up everything in the universe and shape and shift it into whatever it is that we desire. So I'm blown away by this because at this point in time, I'd never heard of quantum physics or energy, consciousness, stuff like that. It was very new to me. And this was really my introduction. But then he said something that I thought he was a little bit off his rocker. And he said, all of the images of fear, division, war that are being projected into the airwaves through the media, through the different sources, he said, we see those images. What do? We see them within the mind's eye. We have an emotional response to what it is that we're seeing. I mean, let's face it, we can all relate to this. But then he said something. He said, we are being manipulated to create the current reality. So what kind of images are you holding? How are they making you feel? Are you holding the images of your life being fully expressed? Are you holding the images of you fulfilling your purpose? Are you holding the images of you having dynamic and vibrant health and well-being? Are you holding the images of whatever it is that you desire in your life? Or is your image producer, maker, whatever you want to call it, being hijacked to imagine a world of division, to imagine a world of fear, to imagine a world of unrest? And what I want to invite you to do is to pull your attention away from those things and to get plugged into the vision of a world that works, of a life that works, of a vibrant health that works, of a body that works at the highest level, of your relationships being dynamic, beautiful, loving, and accepting. I mean, Lord, help us if we come across somebody with a different point of view than ours these days, right? No, we want to create harmony. We want to create a symphony. A symphony plays beautiful music when all the pieces come together and they play their specific part in harmony and in tune. It doesn't work when we're divided. It doesn't work when we're in a state of fear, anger, worry. We have to move beyond that frequency wavelength so we can get plugged into the truth of who and what we are. So the question comes then, okay, how do I do that? Okay. Well, yes, pull your attention away from those images that are disharmonious and divisive and full of fear and worry and inflation and all the different things that we're being bombarded with right now. Now more than ever, because not only do you have the media, TV and stuff, now you have social media, which is more than happy to jump on board and throw all that stuff into the mix. But bring your attention to what works. Unplug from that. I used to love to scan the headlines, okay? I've completely unplugged from that. I don't need to know. Okay? I don't need to get into that state because it creates what? A vision within my mind and an emotional response. I don't want to contribute to creating more of what it is that I don't want to experience in the world. Divisiveness, us not working together, compassion, all these beautiful qualities that us spiritual people love to talk about, but man, we get caught up in these other things and we forget those essential states of being that are heart-based, that are in alignment with the truth of who and what we are. So when you feel this fear and this worry, unplug from those images and allow the fear and the worry to move through you. Set the intention to let it go. Allow it to move through. Breathe it out, curse it out, cry it out, get out in nature, whatever you got to do to feel that fear and that worry with this overall intention of letting it go and moving through you and dissipating that very divisive, negative, lower density state of being that is never going to align you with your greatness. It's never going to align you with unconditional love. So we move through it. So we unplug from the images, get reconnected to our own vision. We feel what it is that we feel with this command to process it through and to let it go. And we breathe. We get out in nature. We love ourselves. We love others. And we continue to take a stand for the vision of a life that works and of a world that works. So I invite you to get connected to your fear. Breathe it out, let it go. Allow it to dissipate. It's just energy. Nothing has power over you except that to which you give it to. So a little challenge for this week is to just unplug. Fill your mind with those images of harmony. Fill your mind with those images of your greatest and grandest visions. Feel what arises. Feel what you're experiencing with the intention of letting it go and allowing it to move through you, kind of like clouds in the sky that fly over in the afternoon. Just let it go. Move that energy out and purposefully and powerfully imagine the visions of your life that works. Focus your thoughts upon that which is in alignment with not only your life that you want to create and manifest, but also a world that works and comes together in harmony and compassion and all these beautiful things. We are so powerful, and we're all being called to awaken to this power and begin to utilize it to dissipate the energy of fear and of worry and to get connected to who and what we truly are. Hey, make sure to keep an eye open for this week on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Mark Romero Music. You'll have an opportunity to breathe through these notes, and I invite you to come through, tune into that. If you find yourself dealing with any fear, any anger, any upset, any worry about everything that's being bombarded at us in this world right now, process that energy, move it out, let it go. It will allow you to move through what's keeping you from getting connected to the truth of who and what you are. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. Thank you for taking a stand. Thank you for being who you really are. The world needs your light. The world needs your magic. The world needs you to show up in the most powerful, fantastic way possible. I look forward to seeing you shine and making a difference in your life and in the world that we live in. Thank you. Have a harmonious day.